Hello everyone, my name is Danishbuns. Welcome to another exhilarating game of how not to play Starcraft 2. I am of course your host and debonair gentleman. Does that even work as a sentence? I don't think so. But my name is Danishbuns. I will be facing off against my arch nemesis, a fellow Zerg by the name of Dan. Now I don't know about you, but when I try and pick a name for a game, I try and be as obnoxious and just plain silly as I can possibly be. Dan, on the other hand, was just like, you know what? I'm just going to use my name. It doesn't seem like I should use it for anything else. My parents gave it to me for a reason. Whereas I'm just trying to hide behind the lie, the visage that is Danishbuns. I had a pastry once and it was just so darn good. Alright, we're gonna send out this little fellow right here just to waltz around. I actually have no idea where I'm sending it to. Retroactively, I regret everything. We can see our Zerg overlord, Mr. Dan, is going to be doing the same thing as well. Both of us trying to pop out some overlords, make sure we don't get supply blocked. But as you can see, no silly early cheese play coming out of either player because A, I would fail at it normally, because I'm just that not good, and B, because Dan is just a gentleman, realizes that cheesing is just not cool. Gonna walk through right here. Is this on slower speed? I was like confused there. What was going on? Oh, there we go. And that's not hidden. Well, that's awkward. I'm gonna have to hide that later on. Anyway, spawning pool is going to drop for Dan right there. A little behind on the worker count as he is, but he is going to get that spawning pool a little ahead of what I am going to actually get it at, and I actually haven't spotted it, so I'm not too worried about it, honestly. Gonna just get that watchtower right there. He's going to actually check me out as well, trying to see if I have that spawning pole. I do. There he goes. He's going to walk away, confused, disoriented. Still going to try and get some workers out. Going to actually have to pop an overlord out sooner or later. Hopefully I remember that. It's sort of essential. Getting that extractor on. Going to probably go for maybe some sort of speedling play. Interesting. This drone is going to waltz back. I'm actually just going to watch him sneakily right here. He doesn't know I'm here. I'm hiding. Don't tell anyone. Going to get that second natural expansion. That's going to pop. Going to get some queens, hopefully. There we go. Queen's going to drop down on the main base. Queen already started for Dan as he continues to mine some gas. I'm just curious to see if he does go for that speedling play. Now, speedling is pretty dangerous. Of course, you've seen recently I've been doing the same sort of Stefano build over and over again just because I love it so much. Just pure roaches, try and push out at the 12, 10, 11 minute mark and just deal a lot of damage. If I was actually not playing that specific build, obviously I'd have to expand to my third as quickly as possible because, well, actually not necessarily against CVC, but in other play types I'm going to have to do that. I'm actually just watching him right now. I'm watching this little fella right here, waiting to see when he's going to expand. Sort of curious, actually getting a little bit nervous because he hasn't expanded. So that's sort of scary, really. Queen is just going to continue injecting, continue mining those bases. Gonna get that spawning pool out. Just spitting on everything, vomit everywhere. It's delicious. Should be sending over some drones right here to start mining that main base because this base is pretty saturated. As we can see, our Terran player is getting speedlings. Excellent. Actually, also gonna get a baneling nest. Interesting. He's gonna try and deal some preliminary damage with these zerglings. You know what? He actually may be able to get away with some stuff. I don't know if the spine crawler is going to be able to pop in time to deal with these zerglings. He may have to, and of course say me, oh, but there are the zerglings that are going to actually be playing the defense. I actually spotted this with my fellow hero, Brosif there. Yeah, he does not have nearly enough zerglings to deal with anything. I may have overcommitted to that, but that's fine. Got those zerglings out. Overlord is probably going to die here, which is not the greatest, but as you can see, I'm about 10 feet ahead of my opponent, Dan, so things are sort of going in my favor. Spinecrawl going to pop out right there. Speed is going to finish up fairly soon. Baneling's actually going to be coming up right now as well, but he's getting his expansion sort of late. Of course, I haven't transferred any workers over because, you know, why the hell would I do that? Alright, as you can see, mining out right now. Not getting any extra queens. I think I felt very confident after pushing out that small force right there. Just going to play with my Zerglings a little bit because they were getting tired. They need their exercise. If they don't get enough exercise per day, they just whine and moan and complain. Sending out a Zergling, no idea why. Probably just to see what's going on right outside of this base. 2 Overlords in the middle, scared for medevac drops. Pretty smart on his part, honestly. Medevacs are just absolutely dangerous in ZVZ. Banelings just sitting there, minding their own business. Really not going to go about anything. As the queens are injecting, saturation is being reached on all the bases. Not enough workers actually right here, but you know what? He doesn't really mind. This Zergling's just going to watch for any sort of move out push by my opponent, Dan. Nothing silly can happen. Actually, silly things are guaranteed to happen, but I guess in this case, maybe it's a little less likely, a little easier for me to prepare for it. Really need to spread this creep out over to here so I can connect the 2 bases. There we go. Queen's doing a little bit of work. And mining is underway. Oh, here we go. Double Evo Chamber, Roach Warren, and Lair. Interesting. Interesting because, you know, it's the exact same thing I've done in the past like 3 or 4 videos. I apologize, guys. I love this build. Alright. We've got our queens just moaning around, doing nothing. Let's check up on our opponent, Dan. He's got the Banelings. Not mining nearly enough. I'm actually curious to see the income here. So I'm actually beating him out on mining and gas. Not the greatest. He has a little too many workers in here. You really want this to be around 16, 17 at your main base. If you can get to 24 and that'll reach total saturation, but it really is more efficient to have 16 on one and 16 on the other versus having 24 and 8. It just works out that way. I guess it's because some of your drones end up crossing over. I'm sure you're going to see like a drone right there just walking. He's so confused. He just wants to get some mining done, but he just can't get any done. So you actually lose mining time there. So FYI, as you can see though, I am getting quite a few drones. Fair amount of drones actually mining right now. I need to inject though. Sending some more Zerglings out. Oh, I think we saw the Roaches get pushed out. Kill that Zergling. I still haven't spotted the Banelings though. Alright, but these Zerglings are running out. Actually, are these suicidal Banelings? They've just given up on life. Oh, and I love it when people don't control a click. Zerglings are just going to waltz in or check the third. That works as well. Roach is just going to walk past right now, but I think right now these Roaches are actually going to be able to hold them off. Actually, both players going for 1-1 right now. Interesting. These Roaches, though, are, I think the timing's not going to be the greatest. I actually think that I'm actually going to be able to get these Roaches out with 1-1 before my opponent and actually be able to wipe these Roaches. Oh, no. Oh, that's just going to be painful. Oh, I just have way more Roaches than my opponent, obviously due to my income. Roaches just get absolutely ripped to shreds, but even before 1-1 gets out. Workers lost. Oh, no workers lost yet. I don't know why I did that there. That was awkward. Let's just pretend that I never did that, alright? Don't say anything. Don't tell anyone. There we go. Worker supply quite heavily in my favor at 55. Army supply quite heavily in my favor as well. Zerglings are just sitting over here, making sure he doesn't get a 3rd expansion. I really need to confirm that because as a Zerg player, I need to know that my opponent is not mining more than me. They can't be mining more than me. 25 workers right now. Ooh, getting a Spire, though. Mutulus popping out. You know what? This may actually be good for Dan. Gonna get my 3rd expansion. But I don't know if Mutulus are going to be able to deal with this right now. Going 2-2. Going to be waltzing in very quickly. These Mutulus, I don't think were spotted, though. So, probably going to attack some Overlords. That's going to be fairly effective, though, you know, I do have quite a few Overlords. Mutulus start taking out... Oh, they're going to take out some Overlords. Probably take out those 3. Should see some Overlord production start occurring. Infestation Pit going down for Danish as well. Ooh, the Roach Army's moving out. That's pretty intimidating right there. Roach Army moving out. Oh, we got We got some spore crawlers on the way. These Mutalisks aren't going to be able to do very much. You know, there's not even that many. I think actually the Queen with 1-1 upgrades is actually going to be able to hold us off quite effectively. And the Roaches simply walk in right now. Ooh, the Banelings don't deal nearly enough damage. I'm actually walking in before 2-2. Maybe not the greatest move. Just going to absolutely destroy his mining base right now. Take out that spine crawler right there. Workers lost just heavily in my favor. Gonna waltz just right past his entire army. I don't even care right now. I'm just determined to destroy things. What am I gonna target? The Spire. Spire's gonna go down. That's the most dangerous thing right now. I can't actually hold off air. Gonna finish up 2-2. Our opponent is determined to try and hold this off. Ooh, that goes down. Spawning pool is down right now. And then I think actually going to just target in here and just really start killing things. I actually don't know why I'm building more Roaches. This attack, I don't really think should be resupplied by Roaches. It should be resupplied by something that can counter Hydras. But Roach is still walking in, going to try and take out this last extractor. At this point, our opponent has lost way too much. The Zerglings are going to need to follow these fellows right now. They can't lose them. Oh, Roaches! Dan is just getting ripped to shreds, just absolutely torn apart. I feel like some level of pity right now. Oh, there goes the cancel. He's just losing everything. I don't know how he thinks he can hold this. Gonna get that expansion in the north right now. Going to wipe out that extractor. I'm just gonna systematically kill everything in here. Still though, that was sort of sad right there. These Roaches really should have followed up that sort of push. Alright, as you can see, drones starting to mine from these bases. I really should be transferring up. Maybe I have transferred. Oh, I have transferred. Excellent. So, there should be a little bit more in terms of dronage going up on here. Should be trying to get that gas so I can support any sort of Spire play that's going to happen. Roaches just walk up. Gonna detect these fellows right here. Where are they going? I guess they don't care. They actually don't care. They don't care at all. They're just gonna walk right past. There we go. Can actually target that down. These mutas somehow think they can actually save something, but this game is essentially done. And Dan gets exterminated. Danishbuns is victorious. I'm gonna pat myself on the back because I feel awesome, and then I'm gonna tell you guys to see you later. That didn't make any sense, but you know what? It's fine because this is not only how not to play, it's also how not to speak. My name is Danishbuns, and I will see you later.